Hi, hello, and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you my first week of cutegirl. So some of you guys may or may not have heard of Inktober, but basically it's this 31-day drawing challenge for the month of October where you draw every day based on the given prompt. The most popular ones I can think of are Mermaid, Huevember, and of course Inktober. But that's not what I'm doing today. Instead, I've decided to participate in cutegirl, which is another challenge similar to Inktober where you create a drawing every day for the month of October, depending on the prompt. I'll talk more about it once the speed paint goes on, but for now, let's get drawing. So the reason I didn't do Inktober this year is because I saw the prompt list and didn't really feel like I had any ideas for the days, so I knew I would struggle. So instead I was looking on Pinterest for other prompt lists I could follow and found this one. So many ideas came to me as I was looking through some of the prompts, and I knew I would have lots of fun with this since I like drawing cute girls, and since that's what I'm going to be drawing for the next month, I'll enjoy it. At least that's what I thought. Not to sound ominous, but I really did struggle on some of these. But as I got drawing, I realized that some of the prompts I didn't have any ideas to go along with them. But I continued to push through, and some of the pieces this week I actually really did enjoy making and liked the finished product. Others not so much, and we'll see later in this video. But to get to the actual drawing, I decided to draw my character Linnea because I feel like she kind of fits the coquette aesthetic. I don't know, I'm not really sure half the time. I'm just putting her in random clothes that look cute to me and are pink. But I decided to draw her because 1, she's a cute girl, and 2, lately I've been in the mood to draw her as I did recently a digital piece of her that I really enjoyed. So I just knew I had to draw her for the first day. I'm glad I had fun with this piece and that it turned out well, because if it didn't, my motivation for the rest of the week would actually be non-existent. But for the actual outfit, I just searched coquette on Pinterest because I really wasn't sure on what to put her in and looked to see what suit her. Eventually, I found this dress and decided to put her in the same shoes she was wearing in the top right corner, and settled on a simple sitting pose, knowing that I could not do a dynamic pose day 1. So with that comes the end of day 1, and here's Linnea. Alright, here we go, day 2. So the theme for this day was punk, and I'm not really educated on what punk is, so I kind of just searched on Pinterest and kind of got an idea of what to do. And I was thinking of doing Leo, but then I realized that Leo is a guy and this is cutegirl, so I just decided to make a girl version of Leo, but I don't really know if I conveyed the idea that well. Either way, it was really fun, and I decided to do something a little bit different with the hair. I tried doing more angular shapes rather than smooth and curvy shapes that I typically use in hair, and I love the shoes that I put her in. I seriously need them myself. But yeah, I like the pose that I put her in, and tried to add things that Leo has, like his headphones and the 2 moles under his eye. But other than that, I feel like the resemblance kind of ends there. I don't really think that I made them look that similar, but either way, I like how it turned out, and besides the background, I like it. I also really like the face I drew. I feel like it looks kind of similar to my style, but I feel like the eyes look a bit different. Besides that, I don't really have much to say about this piece. It was a smooth process, and I enjoyed the coloring. It's kind of surprising because honestly, coloring and filling the base colors is one of my least favorite processes of the drawing process, but line art and sketch is my favorite. I know a lot of people don't really like line art, but I don't know why, I find it kind of relaxing to do over, not have to think too much and kind of just turn off my brain and do it. But yeah, finishing up this drawing, I don't really like the background that I chose. I feel like it's kind of plain and boring, but whatever. Day 2 is done. Alright, so for day 3, I kind of struggled a little bit. I started early on in the day, started with the sketch because I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, even though I feel like cheerleader is kind of you have less creative liberty with it because you know what a cheerleader looks like. So I didn't really know what like pose to do and stuff like that, but I eventually like searched up like Sanrio characters. I was seeing if any Sanrio characters were like cheerleaders and found this photo of Hello Kitty in a cheerleader costume. So I was like, this is so cute, I need to do it. So I did. But this was also one of those days that I had a lot of schoolwork to complete and didn't have a ton of time to actually work on the drawing. So I struggled, and when the pose didn't turn out how I liked, I just decided to do just a simple headshot because I was like, I just want this day to be over. And I ended up posting it really late as well because I finished it late. And even though these poses the sketches that I did previously were cute, I wasn't feeling them at the time, and I didn't feel like I wanted to complete it. So usually when that happens, I just sketch in my sketchbook and then take a photo and use that as a sketch instead. And that's what I did here, and it turned out alright. This isn't my most favorite piece, but it's okay. It's only day 3. And I like it a little better because it's pink and it's Hello Kitty, and I like those two things. So that's what made it a little bit more enjoyable to color and everything. But I don't really like the rendering that I did, honestly. I'm not trying to be negative, but honestly, this is not my best work. It really isn't. Either way, I completed it, I finished it, and moving on. So as soon as I saw the list, I was really hyped up for this day. And I think because of that, I kind of set up expectations for myself to make a really cool piece. And I think that's why I struggled a little bit at the beginning, like with the pose. Honestly, this pose that I'm drawing right now isn't that bad, but I felt like the perspective just wasn't looking right. So I changed it, and then I changed it again, and finally settled on something I liked. You can see sometimes throughout the speed paint, like I'm kind of drawing over another drawing. I'm not tracing, I promise. I'm just kind of putting stuff in place so that it looks correct. I don't know if you can consider this tracing a pose, but that's what I did to make it easier for myself. Because I wasn't, at this point, I wasn't having fun with it, and I just wanted to get it over with. But like once I did the line art and got the sketch down, I was like, oh, I actually really like this. For this piece, I decided to draw Aya because I feel like this style kind of suits her a little bit, just because I put her in Decora fashion, and I feel like seen in Decora, they're not the same, but they give me the same vibes. I decided to put her more colorful. When I searched up Scene Girl to get some inspiration though, I wasn't getting that much color from it. I mainly got like blacks and pinks, so I decided to put her in more color since that would suit her. But in the end, I actually really liked her in this outfit, so I may or may not draw her again in this. I don't know, it was fun to like do the leopard pattern that I did on her nails and on the necklaces and bracelets and stuff. And I know I said I didn't like the coloring process before, but honestly I really liked coloring this piece. I think just because it had a lot of colors, so it made it more interesting to color and, you know, get the base colors down, as well as rendering. I really liked rendering this piece. Also, what do people mean when they say rendering? Do they just mean polishing or shading? Like, what's the difference? I don't know, a bit of a tangent, but I just say rendering as in shading. I feel like that's pretty similar. But anyways, oh, also recently I've decided to use like the multiply layer and just color things in that way, because it saves me a lot of time in the clothes at least. But with that, day 4 is done. Alright, we are going to speed through this day because I really do not like how this turned out. I think one of the big reasons I don't like it is because I was trying to replicate the drawings on the top. I was trying to replicate that style, but like in mine, so kind of like merging the styles together. And I had no like direction. I kind of just drew it to draw it because I wanted to get this done. And I also struggled with the pose. I don't know if you could tell in the speed paint, but I did not know what I was doing here with the arms and stuff. So yeah, that didn't turn out so well. But I did kind of like how simple the coloring was. Like the hair shine thingy, I really liked doing that. That's probably my only like compliment on this drawing. Everything else is kind of yeah. And also the eyes, freaky, it's so freaky. Like I don't like it at all. I'm glad I erased it. But yeah, when I posted this, I was like, guys, forget this ever happened. It didn't happen. And with that comes the end of day 5. Thank goodness. Okay, so for day 6, I was also kind of clueless. I knew I kind of wanted to do like vegetable fairies. I don't know why that was my first thought, but like at first I started sketching out like 3 characters because I kind of wanted to draw like headshots of them. But since today or that day was Sunday, I wasn't able to really draw much because I go to church morning and then I go at night. So there's like a very small period of time where I can draw. And also I like to rest during that time, so I didn't really draw and wasn't able to complete the drawing, but I ended up finishing it on Monday. So that's what you're seeing. And even though I really like the first girl, like the idea of like the corn hair, I don't know what to call that, I liked the last one the most, and I wanted something simple since I was doing it on Monday. I also had to finish Monday's drawing and this drawing, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna quickly finish this. Ended up keeping the broccoli girl, which is also kind of fitting because my family sometimes, like, my nickname is sometimes broccoli. Don't ask why, because I don't even know. So yeah, I think she turned out pretty cute, even though it's just a simple headshot. I don't know, I really like her face. Like, I feel like I just want to squish her face. And I don't really like the colors I chose or the rendering I did, but it is what it is, you know, not every day can be perfect. And even though I wouldn't call this a finished piece, I still decided to just get on with it, because, you know, not every day I can finish something, like complete it fully, and I'm okay with that, you know. As long as it's colored, I would call that consistent. But yeah, with that, here she is. Don't have a name for her, she's just Broccoli Fairy for now. But that's the end of day 6. Okay, we are finally on the last day, woohoo! Honestly, this day wasn't that exciting. I just drew Ricky, which I haven't drawn in a while, so I decided to draw her for this since I feel like she kind of fits the grunge aesthetic vibe, I don't know what to call it. But since her main color palette is like more cool tones with blues, and what I saw was blacks, grays, and greens, I just decided to change the green into more blue so that it suits her better. But yeah, just a simple pose with her holding her dog. The reason why I don't really draw her that often is because I don't really have a story for her. She's just a character that I like the design of, and I know she would like live in New York or something. But yeah, because I don't have a story for her, it's kind of hard to draw her. But I really like how her face turned out here, and I really like how she looks just in general, because I feel like most of my girl characters look more stereotypically feminine, and she looks more, I guess, androgynous. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I don't know, I like that about her. And it's also a change of pace, you know, not drawing every one of my girl characters in dresses. Even though, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love drawing that. But yeah, this piece, I liked it, and I liked the little, like, chibi characters I did. Also, is it pronounced chibi or chibi? Because I hear some people call it chibi, and that makes sense, but I feel like in English it's chibi. I don't know why that... Okay, that's absolutely so random. Moving on. I really liked how I drew the little dog. I don't really draw animals because I'm not really that comfortable drawing them, but I don't know, it's supposed to be a French bulldog. I hope that it looks like a French bulldog. And you can't see, but I named her Roxy. I don't know why, that was just the first thing that came in my mind, so yeah, that dog's name is Roxy. But yeah, I feel like she just looks like so cute and smushable. like the two chibis that I drew on the side, like you can't really see her because she's like a darker color, but yeah, I think she turned out cute. Oh, I was feeling like the drawing just didn't like, I felt like the clothes looked plain, so I was searching for like some shirt designs that didn't look too edgy, because that's not really kind of my thing, because I don't really like skulls and things like that. But I found this one that had like the rib cage and like a heart like over it, and I thought that was so cute, so I decided to keep that. And with that, the week is finally over. Now 4 more to go, or 3 more? I'm pretty sure 3 more to go. But yeah, I feel like this week was a win for some days and some not so much, but that's okay. I had fun, and I guess I'll see you next week. Bye and have a lovely day.